all? If you could hear me, then kindly put a plus here or put 1 in the chat. Yes. Thank you. It's Dr. Lydia here and welcoming you, all the viewers and all the Zoom webinars attendee. Yes, today we are very fortunate to have a special guest in our midst. And I'm very happy and fortunate to be able to host her for today's meeting. Yes, everyone knows that she is a great lady. And she's the one is going to make it happen. All our dreams come true. I mean, in the blockchain and in our CRU platform. Yes, dear friends, leaders, and partners, be ready for today. And from the very beginning till end, be ready with a pen and paper so that you all will be able to digest very nicely. And after you digest, you can ask the questions. And there will be questions and answer section. Yes, dear friends, kindly note it very carefully so that you'll be able to know how you'll do in the internet exchange, how we will be doing when the time comes for our external platform. Yes, dear friends and partners, let me welcome our today's special guest, Madam Maria Antoninka. She's the great lady. And I'm very surprised that how come a lady could have such a base knowledge and such a huge knowledge in her brain. And I don't know. When I met her in the Belarus first time, I was very surprised that she is very perfect and a very, very perfect lady and a very unique lady and a great leader also. So let me welcome our today's special guest, Maria Antoninka. She's my friend. Dear Antoninka, dear Maria, the floor is yours now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lydia, because you work really hard in your country as well. And India is our #1 in revenues and sales. And this displays the hard work and efforts you take to work with your structures. And I remember when in New Delhi, we heard your story of success. Indeed, you invested a lot of hard work, your family invested a lot of hard work in building a large and friendly network. Yes, today we will talk about our CRU blockchain. I have had over 20 years of experience in finance, and over the last 4 years has been studying cryptocurrency market. And in many countries, there is no training on cryptocurrency. There are no laws and regulations governing cryptocurrency industry. And when in 2009, in social network, Facebook to be exact, I came across the information about cryptocurrency training, many countries neglected this, whereas in 2010, the first exchange, actually in 2011, Empty Box Exchange emerged that sold Bitcoins. And the United States of America, US, was the first country that decided that we won't develop any cryptocurrency related laws and regulate it. We will treat this as shares. And then this term emerged, security token, or the asset which is backed by the assets of the enterprise, some goods, some valuables, or in case it's not an asset, that we don't care about this. Later on, the next country to come to pay attention to Bitcoin was Japan. Actually, they studied the model of Bitcoin, that behind there is the blockchain, there is computation capacities, and they started to treat Bitcoin not as a share but as money. And they allowed to sell products for money. So this is the money equivalent. The next country to come was Switzerland. This is an EU member state that is historically has been depositing money of large businesses. Even during a lot of wars in the 20th and 19th centuries, large merchants, large rich people deposited their money and their valuables in Swiss banks. And this country with large amount of capital in its banks. So Switzerland treated Bitcoin as money. And Switzerland, by the way, is the one of the first countries which allowed to open bank accounts and receive revenues from the sales of Bitcoin into the bank accounts. And these large nations, such as the US, Japan, and Switzerland, were followed by other countries. There were those, like China, who made a decision that cryptocurrency is a commodity. It is not neither money nor shares. Other countries decided that it will be treated as goods. In Russia, cryptocurrency related regulations were adopted a few weeks ago only, and it took 3 years for Russia to decide what to do. And I do know that in India, you haven't adopted the relevant law yet. I read some articles about India market that crypto exchanges are already functional, but there is no legislation, relevant legislation. And I don't know what is your law-making body is, quite likely parliament. Many members of the parliament proposed to put a ban on cryptocurrency use because they do not understand what it is, what is behind, what backs it, because they believe this is like so bubble. And there was even an article in one of the Indian portals, I read it through, that one businessman who established cryptocurrency exchange, he's a citizen of India, he actually appealed to the Parliament of India with a call saying that you are infringing my constitutional rights. In case you put a ban on cryptocurrency, and whereas it is used worldwide for 10 years, in the constitution, the constitution secures my right to run business. I want to sell cryptocurrency. I established an exchange. I invested my money into the software, whereas now you'd like to deprive me of this business opportunity by adopting this banning law. And the initiative of the members of the parliament was cancelled as a ban on currencies, on cryptocurrency, violates the rights of citizens, the right to free choice whether to use it or not. And let's have a look at the next slide. Look, there are a lot of different types of currencies and blockchain. And if you ever before watched the Bitcoin blockchain observer or Ethereum-based observer, you will see some chains of blocks. And block in this context means a block of information or data. What does this block include? It includes data about the forwarder of the money. So cryptocurrency is viewed as assets, as money. One person sends this, and this block includes data about 5,000 transactions. 5,000 people at our planet, on our planet, at any second decides to send something to each other. And these entries are included into a file. It's quite similar to a file on the computer when you actually type something, or the address book, the contact book in your smartphone. There is the name, last name, and some details, the birth date, for example. And in case you export it from your smartphone, there will be a file with some capacity in your computer. And this is the word block, because sometimes people believe that a block is like a brick of any residential building. Or in English, there is another word, block, like a neighborhood. But look, in this case, a block is a small piece of information, and in our blockchain, this is 1 megabit. One block composed of 5,000 entries. And in our blockchain, which was created by us, CryptoUnit blockchain, block is produced, the computer validates it every half second. And why we decided to make our own blockchain rather than use other blockchains? There was a proposal to use Ethereum-based or blockchain-based or Bitcoin-based blockchain, but Ethereum-based blockchain is very slow. If you send Bitcoin to someone, so it will take from half an hour to 12 hours to reach the destination, because quite often in case of Bitcoin based blockchain, the capacity of the network is very slow. And in case of Ethereum based blockchain, it's a bit faster, but nonetheless, when there are a lot of transactions carried out, it takes a lot of efforts. And on the 15th of January, our company issued our token on Ethereum-based blockchain, and it took us 2 weeks to transfer the data as it's too slow. To speed up the entries of our transaction, we should have increased our commission. Initially, it was set at 25 cents, and it's not enough. But look, we do not need to input our entries once in 2 weeks, but at least every minute. And we realized that this blockchain is too slow and too expensive. Then we announced the call for proposal. There were 12 bidders from the USA, Australia, India, but since our management is mostly Russian speaking and our CEO, Andrei Havratov, so he can speak English only through the support of interpreters, therefore we rejected bids of the companies from the US and Australia because of the time lag and the language barrier. And in addition, their bid prices were very expensive. The US team set a price of about $1 million US, and the Australian team actually set quite a high price as well. And we selected a team from Belarus called Stanum. And now in our website, CryptoUnit.cc, you can see our block observer. I'd like to say something in addition about our blockchain. So we are based on EOS blockchain. EOS blockchain, which was developed by Chinese and Hong Kong programmers, so from Asia. And as according to the rating, it is one of the most promising. And blockchain is compared not under the parameter of its speed, because sometimes our partners write down to us that a new blockchain has been adopted. You have 10,000 transactions, whereas there is 1 million transactions. But we are to compare blockchain in accordance with its capacities. We can issue new tokens on our blockchain or write new smart contracts. And we actually canceled the network commission. Next slide, please. This is the way our blockchain explorer looks like. explorer.cryptounit.cc, which stands for cryptocurrency. Those partners who already have their crypto units in their back office may go to the explorer of their account on blockchain by using the link in the CRU back office. You are to go there, press the button portfolio, and you will get a link to your wallet, to your account on our explorer. When we created the blockchain explorer, we made the images of our tokens, CRU, UNTB, USDU as bank cards. And we will cooperate with the payment systems to issue branded bank cards. And we are gradually preparing the design of these cards, and partners will be able to select the design to choose either green, black, blue, platinum. So our programmers are already designing our future bank cards to be issued. Next slide, please. So our blockchain tokens, as you know, the program started in March 2019, CRU program, and the company CryptoUnit Incorporation issued 80 billion shares. And for these 80 billion shares, we issued 80 billion tokens, security tokens, so which equals to a digital share. And in case a person say that Bitcoin cost 11,000 US dollars, but it is not backed or secured by anything. But actually, it's not the case. Yes, maybe it is not secured by some gold or assets of some companies, but it is secured by some technical capacities to actually produce 1 Bitcoin. You are to rent a workshop with the equipment to cool it down, as the computer, some computation devices, which are called end miners or ASICs, they are to be cooled down. And people who mine Bitcoins, they procure this equipment from plants, they cost money, then the power consumption as they consume power, and internet connection bills. And today the cost of producing 1 Bitcoin to a miner is on average 9,000 US dollars. Therefore, in the market, its price is 11,000 for miners to have some margin. But in our case, our security token, CRU token, is secured by shares of the company. And why we actually decided to take a journey of security offering rather than IPO? Because to do IPO, the company is to have 2 years history of financial statements. the company is to have some financial statements in one industry. All those companies that do IPO, they generally have business in one industry, healthcare industry or IT industry, such as Google, Apple, Microsoft. So these companies for a few years run their business, they make their balance sheets, then send them for the audit, and when in case for the last 3 years the financial statements are quite fine, then they select the appropriate time to do IPO and enter the stock exchanges, either Nasdaq or stock exchange. But the procedure of doing IPO is very expensive. You are to pay lawyers, legal counselors, auditors, and wait for 3 years to collect all these financial statements. Therefore, STO is quite similar to IPO, but a bit simpler, as you don't need to collect the financial statements for the last 3 years, but to show the company development plans. We submitted the documents to the SEC of the United States of America, where we indicated our plans. We are to fill out a questionnaire and to notify the regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission, about our plans to spend our money mobilized through STO. And you know about these plans. We have a plan to establish a plant, gold mining plant, gold producing plant, basalt producing plant in Poland as soon as it is functional. There is a project, there is a design, a plan to build a similar plant in India. And basalt actually is a material which is generated, is produced after the volcano eruption, and there is in lava there is a lot of metal particles, and when it goes through it mixes with some rocks, sand, and etc., and there is this foam remained, so this gray black material which is called basalt. And basalt is good compared to other materials because it does not go rust, and it can be processed again, because quite often reprocessing is not possible in case of other materials. Basalt is much cheaper in production compared to metals. It is its resistance is quite similar. It looks like a glass and is viewed to be very fragile, but in reality it's quite hard. And in India there are a lot of deposits of basalt, and next year, as soon as the first plant is launched, we have a plan. We plan to construct a similar plant in India. For India, there was another project considered to construct a large landfill to recycle, to dispose landfills, to dispose waste. You all know about this problem, and today these wastes are mostly incarcerated, and it's a challenge as these large fumes go to the air with the ash in the air melted. And one partner contacted us who has a patented bacteria that even industrial wastes will actually digest them, and a large landfill could be constructed with the construction of some deposit sites, and this bacteria will actually process these wastes. and it is not so hazardous for the environment. And all these projects will be financed through the money capital raised after STO. Yes, all this money, as soon as it is raised, goes to the equity of the company and then allocated to the implementation of different projects.
This is as far as our security token is concerned. And on our reporting or summary webinars that we have on the first Saturday of every month, the management of the company conducts a summary meeting and reports on the assets portfolio. Today, our CryptoUnit portfolio is valued at $472 million, and $3 million is deposits of gold that need to be extracted, and other projects of ours that are well assessed by the assessment companies. Today at 10 a.m. we had a meeting. All the managers of the projects in the near future will be writing a business plan to appraise their companies. So we had an appraiser working with us, Alexander, who provided the tables that needs to be filled in for diamonds, for gold, for basalt. All managers will be filling in those tables. They will be brought together into a big report, appraisal report, and that work will be conducted in the near future. And the appraisal report will be published when we are going to have our publishing approved by the Commission, Security Exchange Commission of the US, whether we can publish or not, what kind of data we can disclose, and what information will be kept confidential as far as the deposits of gold and other things are concerned, like secret information, you know. But I would like to inform you that the work is being conducted. The next token of our blockchain is the technical token. It's called UNTB. UNTB. It's UN stands for unit, and blockchain is blockchain. So it's unit token blockchain, but we also call it utility token, and it becomes clear. We're gonna talk about the utility token on the next slide. And now let me tell you about USDU. US stands for dollar, United States dollar, and U stands for unit. And it's a stable coin that is equal to dollar. So next week, we're gonna have an account opened in Switzerland, and the next step would be to agree with that bank, for that bank to act as a guarantor of our USDU token. There is such a term as custodian bank. It's a bank that serves as a custodian for our money, both fiat money, like paper banknotes, US dollars, and depending on how much we have real dollars, $1 million or $2, we will be able to issue USDU. So the amount should be equal. Unit as a dollar is not issued by the company just because we want it to. Like it says here on this slide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, like a billion USDUs issued. No, you can't do that. This is just a figure for you to understand how it will look like in your wallets, where you can see how much or how many USDUs you have. And USDUs will be issued only if backed by real dollars. Either those dollars will be kept in the custodian bank's account, or since Switzerland is a crypto-friendly country, Switzerland allows to deposit on their custodian bank's account USDT. It's a Tether dollars. It's also a stable coin. And depending on how much USDT you have on this Swiss bank account, that's how many dollars, USDU dollars, you can issue. And those USDUs will be used to accrue dividends, the profit bonus, and the loyalty program bonuses as well. So when we move completely to blockchain, and I think the tentative deadline for this gradual transition is the second half of September, closer to the birthday of the company, which is on the 1st of October. And by then, we're going to have our transition so that you would have access to your crypto wallets and to have a free exchange when you receive loyalty program bonuses in USDU, so that you could be able to freely exchange them for USDT, or if we have time to agree with our bank, you could withdraw USDUs directly to your bank cards, the fiat dollars, US dollars. And the dollars from that bank will go to our clients' bank cards. So this model is being developed right now, and our programmers are working on it, and our lawyers are working on it as well, so that your cryptocurrency would be very user-friendly for you, and that USDU would be accrued to your crypto wallet directly, and then you could withdraw it to your bank cards directly. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is our token, UNTB. It's a technical token. And let me dwell on it a little bit longer, because it is very valuable. For now, it hasn't yet appeared in the world. You cannot buy it or get it somewhere. The start of the emission of those tokens will begin when we are going to give you the access to crypto wallets. It's called the launch of the blockchain, when every block, for every half a second, 40 UNTB tokens will be accrued. But who will receive them? That's the question. In crypto wallets, out of all the holders of CRU tokens, there will be a button, staking. It's like to deposit your crypto units, to stake them. That's the correct terminology in crypto world. And just imagine that our blockchain is launched, and every 40 seconds, 40 utility tokens appear in the world, UNTBs. So if you do the math, in 24 hours, we're gonna have almost 7 million tokens, UNTB tokens. And all the holders of crypto units who are on our blockchain, if they click on the stake button, this emission, this issue of 7 million utility tokens will be proportionately allocated across all those guys who will click the button stake, who will participate in the staking on our blockchain. Next day, it's going to be 7 million tokens too. So someone says, we're going to get just a little bit, 40 tokens per month for 1,000 CRUs. But this calculation on the slide implies that all 700,000 accounts will stake their CRUs. But we definitely understand that that's not what's going to happen, because our 700,000 active accounts means that someone registered themselves, then someone registered their wife or children, mother or father, grandchildren. So per one owner of the account, they have several relatives under them, right? So, and before they have time to process everyone, maybe their relatives have their own passwords and, you know, emails, and they won't be able to activate their wallet and stake their CRUs within the first few days or even months. The users that will move on to blockchain, we're going to have, I don't know, maybe 10,000 or 70,000, I don't know, but not 700,000 right away. That's simply impossible. We'll click on staking. And the sooner you do it, the more UNTBs you're going to have. The question is where we should put those UNTBs. What should we do next with them? They will immediately become liquid. You will be able to sell them on the external exchange right away. So the entire blockchain launch, the crypto wallets, and the start of the external exchange will be carried out at the same time. All those events will happen at the same time, at the same day. And UNTB technical token is used by all the users of our blockchain to get access to their crypto wallet. This token can be used to buy, or is used to buy memory, storage memory on servers, the computational power, and access to the internet. So RAM, read-only memory, CPU is central processing unit, and net, which is network. So you can see RAM is a storage memory, CPU is the speed, and net is the internet channel or bandwidth of internet. For the moment, the company rents 4 servers in Germany and the Netherlands in order to migrate all our entries into blockchain. At the moment, our blockchain takes 16 gigabyte. If you take a look at the Bitcoin blockchain, its memory is 330 gigabytes. We have, for the moment, 16 gigabytes. We are 20 times smaller than Bitcoin blockchain, but Bitcoin blockchain is 10 years old. We're still young. So our blockchain takes only 16 gigabyte. But as soon as we have new users, the amount of the memory to do all the to migrate all the entries will be bigger. We will deploy our blockchain on 21 servers, and those 21 servers are called nodes or validating node. And through those validating nodes go through all the transactions. All the transactions go through them. This computer will be equipped with a smart contract, and it will check whether the blockchain entry is correct. And after the blockchain is launched, we will conduct training for those people who have knowledge on programming or on how to validate a node. So the owners of the validating nodes will make 5%, earn 5% out of the entire issue of UNTB, where CRU holders will earn 95% of the entire issue of UNTB tokens. So you might not necessarily be a blockchain specialist, yet you will be a CRU owner. And because you placed your CRU on staking, you will receive UNTB tokens that other people need to open your wallet, to have blockchain entries. Entrepreneurs will need those UNTB tokens for smart contracts. By the way, who doesn't know what smart contracts are? The easiest example for you to understand what it is, it's like imagine a vending machine, coffee vending machine. Remember, we used to buy coffee at a pub only, cafe. You give money and a person makes you a cup of espresso, Americano, cappuccino, or a glass of tea. Now we have vending machines where you put a coin in or a banknote or use a bank card, and then you press a button. Like you want cappuccino or Americano or a cup of tea. And the machine understands that, first of all, some kind of payment was made, maybe change needs to be given, and those buttons are smart contracts. So without the participation of the human being, that box will make you coffee with milk or tea or cappuccino. So this is a smart contract executed. Something has been programmed in advance according to a special algorithm so that you do not mix tea and coffee together, in order to avoid like such blunders. You need to have a good drink, This is what smart contract is called. And today, blockchain banks, they make smart contracts for mortgages. The way it was before, a person takes a loan in the bank, buys an apartment, and they pay their loan for 15 years, maybe more. And then they make their final payment. And at that time, the apartment does not belong to the bank anymore. It becomes free. But the banks do not do that for some reasons of their own, you know. And what they do is that resell that mortgage several times. And that was the reason for the financial and mortgage crisis of 2008, when the same real estate item was sold and resold by the bank several times. And the several lender could have made money on the same real estate item. And the smart contract works in the following way. When you make your final payment on your mortgage, the computer sees that. They see the entire, all the payments. They say payment made, payment made, payment made. And as soon as the computer sees the last payment, the computer sends the information to the register of the real estate that this particular apartment has been removed of all the encumbrances, you know, all of the loans or payments. So as soon as one event happens, the second event happens right away. So the loan is over and the apartment is free. So this smart contract requires UNTB tokens. Most of the those contracts are written on the Ethereum blockchain, but since we know that our network has no commission and it's faster than the blockchain of Ethereum, we know that the entrepreneurs will come to our blockchain to make entries. Maybe the same bonus tokens you gain will be issued on our blockchain and they will work across the entire world. And the person drinks a cup of coffee in Paris and they get UGain tokens right away. And they come to India and they see a cafe and they have UGain application there as well. And they can pay those tokens to get a discount, for example, for a coffee or lunch in Delhi. And for the entrepreneurs to have access to their tokens, UGain tokens, they need to buy our technical utility tokens to open their crypto wallets. So the more we have users, the more scarce the utility token and the more valuable they become. So you have this opportunity today when you buy crypto units, literally in several weeks, maybe in a month, you're gonna receive your income in UNTBs, and their initial price is 1 cent. But we think that literally in 1 month, when we have 1 million business owners coming to us through UGain, I think the price of UNTB can grow up to $0.5, $1, $2, $3, 50 cents, from 50 cents to $3, because people will need to buy lots of storage memory on servers, and it will have the same foundation as the Bitcoin mining. So to get 1 Bitcoin, you pay or spend a lot of time mining it, and the same it will be applicable to our blockchain. So the more servers we rent, the more expensive UNTB token is going to be. Where else UNTB token can be used? On the external exchange, where our token are going to be traded. If you pay a commission in UNTB, you get a discount for your trading operation. This model is already operational in Binance, Exchange, Axmo. They have their own tokens, and traders save money on trading operations if they pay the commission fee in exchange tokens. And as I said, based on the UNTB, new tokens are going to be released. Let's go on to the next slide. Now we have been preparing for the transition to the new functionality of the internal exchange. all the weekend, our programmers tested and simulated trading on the Thirst server, that someone is buying, someone is selling CRU points have been exchanged for units. And today after lunch, we're gonna, all the old orders, buy and sell orders, will be canceled in the old exchange. And then we will wait from our support service the information that all the crypto units and units have been returned to your wallets. If all of a sudden some of the money gets stuck somewhere on the way, then please check your balances, check your accounts, wallets, and see that your canceled orders, that as a result of your canceled orders, all the units and crypto units are returned back to you. And as soon as we check all those balances, we will launch the new functionality. It will be in the same section as now. You are members of the VIP club. You go to your CRU portfolio section, and there on the left, you will see the same tab, exchange, CRU for units. And there you will have new functionality. At first, you're gonna see this chart. And then if you scroll down, you will see other sections. There are a total of 5 screens, 5 sections of the new functionality. So what we are going to see on that chart, the first chart that meets you, the welcoming chart, is the existing situation in the market. The green things are someone buying CRUs, and the red pillars, the red candlesticks, are someone selling their CRUs. In the first, you will see the current market, the current price. Then you will see the historical high for today. So what was the highest price the exchange was affected today? And the historical low, what was the lowest price or value at which CRU was traded? And the next figure shows you the amount of transactions per day, 24 hours. So the blue button that you see, CRU exchange, in gray, you can see it tells you how much UNTs available you have, or how much released CRUs you have if you want to buy or sell. So how many units or crypto units you have available for exchange. For traders who know a thing or two about trading, you can build your charts based on per 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And for common users, you can configure your charts for 5, 15, 30 minutes as well. And you will see how the price has changed, whether it went up or down. And if several days pass and we collect good statistics, you will be able to see how the price varied over 14 days. What happened to the CRU price. And we also have a tab in the form of candlesticks, and there is a market depth chart as well. And you will see just 2 big fields. The green one is the purchase of CRUs, and the red is the sale of CRU. It's a good indicator for traders, or indication of what's happening in the market. Us common users may even ignore those charts. Shouldn't be really interested in them. We could immediately go down to the next screen. Let's move on to the next screen.
Yes, the next screen, placement of order for exchange. There is the green left-hand part that is to create order to buy CRU. When you have units, you'd like to buy CRU. Whereas the right-hand part, blue one, to exchange CRU into units. You sell CRU. If you sell CRU, you fill out only this red-hand part. And what is the market-based order? The computer will indicate the best market price for selling and buying CRU. There are those buying units. At this slide, you see 1.30 cents, and there are those selling it at 1.10. When you follow the market price, it does not mean that your order will be affected equally, coin to coin. This is like benchmark reference. When you place your order, the computer is selecting the matching order and will affect your order with the price quite close to the market price. When we tested, I set the price for unit CRU exchange at the price 1.30, whereas the computer eventually made a purchase at 0.26, even better than originally expected. And vice versa, CRU into units exchange originally set at 110, whereas the computer selected the orders at 1.12 or 1.15. Whereas the limited order, meaning that the price in this order is fixed. This is the price you set you'd like to sell. Maybe the average price on the market is 5 cents. This is a good motive to buy rather than sell. 5 cents is not beneficial because in 2-3 hours, the price may fly up. We don't even know with which price our exchange will open. There could be traders that intentionally place a lot of orders to buy a lot of CRUs at 1 or 5 cents. And you open the exchange and you see, wow, the market price is 5 cents, then I will sell. But it does not reflect the reality. This is the desire of traders to buy a lot of CRUs at this low price. And therefore, there are a lot of orders placed by miners. But you can press this section, limited order, and set the price for your CRU at 50 cents, 20, 30, or even $1. And the limited order will be affected gradually. As soon as there are people matching your price, then this order will be selected and will be filled out. We will see it in the next screen. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes, this one. So there is this line, my open orders as of the 20th of August, limited sale at $2. The number of CRU is 10,000, worth 20,000 units. This is the limit order. And you see that 26% has already been affected of this order. The limited order may hang for a long time. Here, the number of CRUs is quite high, 10,000. Therefore, the order could be affected in several days. So in case there are those willing to buy at $2, the exchange will spot this out and will select all the orders. But here you are to be very mindful and careful. In case you place a limited order and a few hours you see that it is not affected in full, take note of the percentage. If there is 0% of effectiveness, then you can cancel this order. There is no problem. But in case it has been affected to 26%, then it's quite silly because the exchange has already matched the relevant orders. And as soon as it indicates 100, then it means that the order is affected fully. And which conclusion to come to after what I said? Actually, it's not a good idea to place a large order as it will take time. It will take time. You'd better break it into smaller pieces 500, 700, 777, but 10,000 advance could be a hunt for some time. Therefore, don't be greedy. Place smaller orders. They will be affected with a quicker speed. And below you see the board of orders, or following the exchange terms, it is called the order books. So in the right and hand corner, so the demand and supply, and you can see the statistics for the market. In the section My Orders, you see my open orders, my history, the history of my orders. Below, you see the overall picture of how many units are in transactions in orders, and CRUs are also in orders, limited orders already placed. Next slide, please. Yes, here you can see a history of your orders. When there is a order on the market, it gets to this section. If it is a limited order, it will be there in my open orders before it is affected. As soon as it is complete, it will be here. So the correct slide is all recent exchanges. You will see all the exchanges globally, not of yours, but in total. And instead of these graphs and diagrams, and I'm sure that most people are bad at reading diagrams, and personally I'm bad at reading them as well, but here if you scroll down to this part, you can see the number of CRUs and the price, exchange price. So green, someone bought, red, someone sold, and this is a list of completed orders, and by reading this table you can actually have a look at the latest market price. Next slide, please. Yes, here another important note and warning. Guys, this functionality of our internal exchange is new. It is quite similar to public exchange, but with the limit of 2 coins, CryptoUnit and UNIT. And for this function, we leased servers that will not impact the back office, as in case everyone starts trading, then our back office could collapse. So like programmers say, website collapsed. Look, therefore, in the first few hours, as soon as the launch is announced, please do not be in a hurry to trade, to place your orders, because this is a new tool and we are to troubleshoot it. We are to assess its efficiency, particularly if you have a large package of CRUs or units. Do not place your orders in the first few hours, as there could be some malfunctioning on the server. It should be operational for some time for us to be sure that everything goes smoothly. CRU are recorded in the balance. Also, during the test period, we tested everything. But look, during the production phase, there could be some bugs detected. At the first round of testing, there were errors 505, 504, 404. So meaning that access to the server denied. So a transaction was started and then there is this collapse. And when there is no access to server, your order could be lost. Therefore, please do not be in a hurry to do it in the first day. The second thing to warn you about is that we do know that there are already a lot of traders preparing to buy CryptoUnit at the lowest price possible. And many of you risk to be in a hurry and sell your CRUs at 5, 10, or even 15 cents. It will be very cheap. And because as the first people sell, no one will sell at this low price. Many people will stake instead to get UNTB. Now, when you stake, you get CRU bonus CRUs, but there will be those willing to sell at low price. But a few hours later or a few days later, when these low price sales are over, you may come back to the internal exchange and you will see that the price went up to 20, 30 cents or even $1. Can you imagine how these people will be upset? I understand that after 6 months is over, you won't feel sorry for this. But when the difference of few days only and you see this price difference, people will be disappointed. They will be almost close to burst into tears because of selling at this low price. And then you will bombard the company with the letters saying that I pressed this button by chance, or I didn't want it, I didn't want to sell. Please give my CryptoUnits back. I don't want to sell them at 5 cents. I want to sell them today at 30 cents. But exchange is exchange and it has its own rules. After selling your CryptoUnits at low price, no one will get them back because there is one who bought them at this low price. Therefore, we warn you today that when tonight or tomorrow or a few days after this exchange is formally launched, if you behave silly, no one will be able to fix it. Even in case you excuse this by saying that you didn't do it on your own, you asked your neighbor or your husband, your son. Never open the data of your back office to anyone, only you to use your back office. Therefore, these complaints, these excuses that someone else instead of me did it at low price, these complaints will not be handled by our technical support team. They will be rejected. Therefore, please be patient. Do not panic. Do not sell CRUs at low price because no one will be able to get your orders back. Please understand this. Next slide, please. And this Friday, there will be Golden Friday. These are discounts available to the VIP club members for our information, education, and information packages. Many people ask, why do we need to buy these EIPs if instead I can buy CRUs at the exchange? Look, guys, in case a person is financially illiterate, there is such a statement as a monkey with a bone. You don't understand what to do with these CryptoUnits. A person buys some CryptoUnits at the exchange, but what to do next? Only being financially literate, you will understand what to do, either to stake or to sell or to give it as the heritage to your heirs. Our packages actually include not theory-based knowledge, but practical knowledge. And in case, in due time, I did not invest 100,000 rubles into my financial education. At that time, it was almost equal to 2,000 US dollars. Cryptocurrency courses at that time at the Moscow State University. Then I took a training in Blockchain Academy. We actually explored what chain of blocks, Merck's tree, algorithm of hashing, H256. When I heard these terms for the first time, I thought that this is something horrible. It costed me 0.3 Bitcoin because that academy received payment only in Bitcoins. At that time, the value of Bitcoin was 3,200 US dollars, therefore meaning that I paid another 1,000 for this training. And these expenditures on my education actually helped me to make money on cryptocurrency boom when in November, actually it cost 20,000, but I bought them at about 3,000. I sold Bitcoin at this price, at the price of 19,000. And actually, the people were asking me, Maria, how did you manage? Everyone was in a hurry to buy at 19, and then they were full of tears, blaming themselves that it was a mistake to make. But actually, I bought it at 3,200 and sold it at 19. And this is because I invested in my education in due time, and I knew clearly at which point to sell. And therefore, our educational and information package, even at the beginner level, will give you basic understanding of how to deal with money. These 8 rules of private investor and the EIP higher education. In addition, you will get a large CryptoUnit package, and it includes the basics of trading. The last EIP you see in your screen, EIP higher education, includes a series of video materials and courses, and you will be even able to read these diagrams in the exchange and the order books. And the knowledge, the rough knowledge about the currency will not get this knowledge to you, and buying CRUs in the exchange will not equip you with this knowledge. And please remember that closer to the date of the launch of our blockchain, closer to the anniversary of our company, when blockchain crypto wallets of the public exchange will be functional, there will be a transition period at which even the non-released CRUs you buy as part of EIPs, you could actually stake them as well on blockchain. There will be a special procedure. You cannot do it by following in accordance with the recommendations of the CEC to stake these non-released tokens. There should be a special procedure, but we will keep you informed. Yes, there will be some small payment to be effected, roughly 10,000 to actually stake non-released CRUs. But what does this mean? It means that in case you buy an expensive EIP with non-released tokens, units attached, you are not to be in a hurry to go to the exchange. You can actually stake this non-released package and get our technical units, UNTB, get dividends and loyalty program bonuses as well. So this is the amazing news I wanted to share with you. And I believe that it will be, so there will be this hot demand, particularly in view of the news that non-released CRUs could be staked. And this news inspired our Presidential Council and Global Leadership Council members They were very emotional and were in a hurry to share this news with their partners that this option will be available after the public exchange is launched. Now is the session of questions and answers. And I'm looking forward to getting your questions from the Indian chat first.
Good afternoon, Maria. This is Janet from Manipur speaking. Hello? Hello? Hello, Maria. Can you
Yes,
hear
we
me?
can hear.
Okay.
No, we can actually barely hear you, Zenit. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me.
Maybe it's better you type those questions because we can literally barely hear you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Давай, Оля, мы как-нибудь, ну, вдвоем. Хорошо тогда? Хорошо, давай. Okay, of course it's safe. It's secure, EOS-based blockchain. That's without doubts. I don't know why would you ask this question altogether. You know why I think you asked this question? I think 3 months ago, there was news that some team, I don't remember from what country, a team of developers, IT programmers, raised money for ICO based on EOS blockchain, because you can issue other tokens on the same blockchain, and they named themselves like EOS and some other word, I think. And then that team of developers disappeared. They stole all the clients' money, maybe $300 million worth, but it doesn't have anything to do to EOS blockchain itself. They were just a scam that called themselves like EOS team, something like that. And of course, it has nothing to do with our blockchain, because the servers are under our control. It is regarded a closed blockchain until we are 100% sure that everything is protected and working smoothly. We're not gonna give anyone the opportunity to set up a node to a third party, to someone we don't know. Maybe node holders or owners are going to be our partners who have the necessary education, so they don't harm our blockchain. So only trusted people will be able to maintain our blockchain. And until then, it will be completely closed. We have a GitHub publication, but we publish there only those software solutions that are totally safe and secure. As for the accruals, dividends, etc., this information is not published. It's all kept secret. UNTB, will they be accrued daily or monthly? UNTBs are gonna be accrued every second. As soon as they appear, they are immediately accrued or credited to your accounts, maybe once a second or once every 10 seconds. What conditions are there for staking? Well, when we move to the blockchain, there will be no conditions that you need to be a VIP club member, etc., etc. You pick yourselves the amount of CRUs that you want to stake. Someone will want to keep some released CRUs to be able to sell them quickly, and the remaining CRUs could be put on staking. It's up to you. There are no special terms or conditions. When we go to the external exchange, will we be able to use CRUs with UNTBs? No, you can buy CRU for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for USDT. And the continuation of the same question, will the newcomers be able to buy only from us, those who receive UNTB as a reward for staking? Yes, newcomers will be able to buy UNTBs from partners without even going to the exchange. That person opens a crypto wallet on our website, downloads it, and they give you the address of their wallet. So if you have enough UNTBs on your wallet, you can, similarly to Bitcoin and Ethereum, transfer UNTBs to them, and they will give you dollars, rupees, whatever. So you can do it bypassing the exchange. But the only thing is that people transfer funds from wallet to wallet. It's a matter of trust. If you're met your friend or relative, it's okay. But if you are having a correspondence with someone online and a person tells you, send me UNTBs and then later I will transfer you fiat money. So you should be aware here. It might be a scam. They might be confidence tricksters, you know. There are very many such stories when Bitcoins were sent, but the money was never received. So be careful here, okay? You will be able to send UNTBs from wallet to wallet, but be sure that you trust the person to whom you are sending your UNTBs. Can it happen that on the external exchange, we won't be able to sell? There will be no demand, for example, for buying. Well, for some, at a certain time, it might happen. It might be for an hour or for a day. We looked at the statistics in May. In May, our internal exchange allowed us to make peer-to-peer exchanges. And in May, and it was not even an exchange instrument. It was just people agreeing in Telegram chats, buying, like, I want to sell or buy CRUs. They gave their logins, and from login to login, they transferred CRUs and units, CRUs and units. And in May only, the volume, the market size was $2,600,000 peer-to-peer exchange alone. So I think they will have a big demand for inside the exchange, because it's, after all, an exchange instrument. And in May, people bought CRUs at 10 cents and sold them at 15 cents. So this market size of $2,600,000 was generated by those traders that I was talking to you about. The demand will be coming from the traders' side. If I stake CRU tokens on staking, will I receive bonus in CRUs and UNTBs? No, only in UNTBs. For now, you can receive CRU points as staking reward only in your back office, but most probably on the 1st of September, we'll announce that those who will enter the VIP club and stake their CRU points, then they will get their CRU points as a reward for staking in September, and they will receive it in the early October. But then staking in your back offices will be canceled. So the balance will be made, the bottom line will be made, and then all other CRU points can be moved to the external exchange. For example, if you place your tokens in mid-August, you will get your staking reward in mid-September. If you do it in early September, you'll get your last CRU point reward for staking in early October. That's it. You won't be able to place new orders, but you will be able to receive your reward for the orders already, for the points already staked. For example, if you staked your CRU points for 2 years, you'll get 2 or 2.5%. And if you staked it for a couple of months, the reward percentage will be lower. That's only natural. And then it will be UNTB only as a reward for staking. If we stake all of our CIUs and receive UNTB tokens as rewards, what's gonna happen to our CRUs? They will just be staked, like deposited, and nothing else is gonna happen to them. How can I receive my 12-digit ID number for blockchain? In your back office, you will see a link to go to the crypto wallet, and we will develop detailed instruction, and it's already developed, but we have to have it translated into other languages so that you could read it. It's instructions how to install your crypto wallet. And if you have already experience in handling other crypto wallets, so it's very similar. So you will see your 12-digit code. It's the address of your wallet. Then you will have a window, prompt window, that will tell you to write down your 12 secret words. So, and you should make sure that nobody can see them but you, that no one is around, because they will be used to generate your closed code. So you will put down those 12 words somewhere on a notebook, and then the next prompt will be, let's check whether you wrote down your 12 words correctly. And then you will put those words in the correct order. And as soon as the computer makes sure that you saved your 12 words correctly, then you will have a closed cipher code generated. And then that closed or secret key will be copied by you and stored by you. This is your password. The login is your address of the crypto wallet, and the long secret key is your password. And if all of a sudden you feel that you might lose your 12 words, or all of a sudden something breaks with your computer and that's where you saved your secret key is, and you're afraid that you might gonna lose it, there will be a checkbox. I trust the company. If I lose my secret key, I trust my company to restore access to my crypto wallet. And then those 12 words will be kept on the company's server, not yours only. But if you have good experience, if you're an experienced user of blockchain wallet, then you may not check that box. Then the responsibility for your crypto wallet will entirely lie with you, and the company won't be able to restore your secret 12 words. Then you will devise a 6-digit code that will be that only you will know about. And if all of a sudden you forget those 6 numbers, but you have the secret key, then you can reset your PIN code. So you sign the operation with your secret key and you get yourself a new PIN code. But if you lose both PIN code and the secret key, and you did not store anything on the company server, then nobody will be able to restore access to your crypto wallet. And as soon as you go through that procedure, you will get access to your tokens. There will be a button there, send, and the button receive. That's it. During external exchange, will there again our CRUs be blocked, or whether we're gonna have our CRUs released as we did in March. Yes, the entire release will, the release procedure will continue. So when we can familiarize with the white paper copy? I think in September. Our documents are now in the United States Security Exchange Commission, and the security token offering procedure split our white paper into two parts. The first part is called private placement memorandum. It's like initial coin offering or initial public offering. It's like the description of all the risks related to investing. Everything that it has to do anything with the US citizens or European citizens has to have it. And the private placement memorandum addendum is the white paper itself. And when we had this document approved by the lawyers in the Security Exchange Commission in the United States, it turned out that private placement memorandum cannot be published anywhere. It's a confidential document, and it can be handed over only to potential investor directly into their hands. And there is a warning that if this document, if you received this document and you were not the intended recipient of the document, then you need to immediately notify about the information leakage to the Security Exchange Commission. So the main document, the private placement memorandum, cannot be published, whereas the attachment, the addendum to it, the white paper, will be published as soon as all the legal matters are taken care of. Hopefully in early September, we will receive the final version. But essentially, you know everything that is written there. Everything that we have there is our CryptoUnit memorandum that we have, is the plan of the company about launching 80 billion tokens, about our promising projects, about our applications. So there is nothing really new there for you. And the document that's going to be really useful for your familiarization is the tokenomics document. It's also a white paper section regarding our tokens. So what I told you today in words, the CryptoUnit, UNTB, USDU, we have a technical description of it. And also on the website CryptoUnit CC, as soon as we go through the approval of the Securities Exchange Commission, we'll have it separately published. And I think by the 15th of September, it will all be done. Do I understand correctly that after the STO, in order to stake our CRUs, you don't need to be a VIP club member? Yes, you're correct. If I buy any of the EIPs, it will contain released CRUs already? No. The EIPs are considered to be primary purchase, and then 365 days will have to pass after the primary purchase for the CRUs to be unlocked. So 330 days, and then 1% every month, then 1.5, then 2, and then in 1 year, the entire package of your shares will be released, unlocked. When, in your expectations, will the internal exchange be completely functional? Well, according to my expectations, it's tonight or tomorrow at the latest. Every 2 hours we have a call with our programmers, and right now they're working on stopping all the old orders. Today all the old orders will be stopped. In 30 minutes we're going to have a call, and when we have the message that the old orders can be stopped, we will stop them. Then some time will have to pass for the money to go back to your wallets, and then maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, we're gonna have it launched if some unexpected errors and glitches do not pop up. Well, I staked my CRUs at 2.5% for 24 months. If the company terminates staking early, does it mean that I'm gonna receive all my bonuses for the 24 months or the months that it was actually staked? No, you're gonna receive for the actual period of staking, but at the interest rate of 2-year deposit. For example, you stake them for 3 months. They were on staking for 3 months, and for 3 months staking, it's 1%. But since you deposited them for 2 years, you'll get 2.5% per every month for 3 months. Hopefully, it makes more clear to you guys. If I stake all my CRUs and the company will start paying dividends all of a sudden, how they will be calculated? Dividends are calculated based on the total number of CRUs they have. Doesn't matter, staked or not staked. If you have a package of CRUs, then you will receive dividends based on how many CRUs you have in total. I heard that on the external exchange, we won't be able to sell unreleased CRUs. Is that true? Yes. Both on the internal and external, you will be able to sell only released or unlocked CRUs. If we stake our CRUs, will our CRUs become released or they still free, or will still they be on staking when the staking is over? Well, your question is too complicated, really. I guess it's in the continuation of the previous question. Look, guys, if you stake your CRUs in the back office, then the staking will automatically be terminated. All these CRUs will be returned to your wallets, to your accounts in the way that you stake them. They were released, and if you stake them, they will get back to you released as well, unlocked. So if they were unlocked before, they will be returned to you unlocked as well. This is as far as the back office is concerned. As for the blockchain staking, it's up to you when to revoke your CRUs from staking. So there are two buttons, stake and unstake. So you will receive your staked CRUs if you unstake them within 72 hours. We decided to make this 72 in order not to prevent against panic sale. If you read all of a sudden some bad news online and you decide to sell them right away. So in order to prevent panic selling, your unstaked CRU points will be available 72 hours later only. 3 days, in other words. So could you please tell us when the 365 days start counting? From the date of purchase or from the date of the receival of the approval from SEC? From the date of purchase. I heard that on the external exchange, all locked and unlocked CRUs will be re-locked for 365 days according to the SEC requirements. Well, not exactly correct. I already mentioned that we're gonna have this procedure of exchange of the released or unlocked and locked CRUs, and there will be specific guidelines according to the SEC recommendations. And when you familiarize with that guidelines, you will decide yourselves and pick the scenario that fits you most. If you have lots of unlocked CRUs, then you will not check the scenario that will lock them again, like to freeze them for 365 days according to the recommendation of the Security Exchange Commission. So some of the CRUs that are unlocked will be unlocked, and the locked CRUs can be locked. This is not a problem, but it's kind of complicated, but let's cross that bridge when we come to it, okay? When we have the news published on our website, in the back office, in the mailings, you will read it and you will understand it. Believe you me, it's very difficult to explain it on fingers or in words during the webinar when you don't have an algorithm written down on paper. Can we stake in portions, or do we have to stake the entire amount? No, any amount can be staked. It depends on you. You can decide yourselves. So staking is not an obligatory condition, right? No, it's a totally voluntary procedure. What if I do not stake my CRUs? What happens with the non-unlocked part of my CRUs? Nothing. It just gradually gets unlocked according to the schedule. You just don't receive UNTBs as the reward for staking, but you will continue receiving loyalty program bonuses and profit bonus. It will all be accrued. Maria, maybe you have answered this question, but again, if I stake all unlocked CRUs, will I receive dividends? Yes, dividends you get dividends on all your CRUs. Doesn't matter whether they're locked, unlocked. Per every CRU point, you receive dividends. Can we stake UNTBs? Yes, but it will give you access to bigger storage memory of our blockchain, but will not give you additional reward in UNTB. So when business owners stake their UNTBs, they get access to crypto wallets of bigger sizes, but you do not get the extra UNTBs for staking UNTBs. All of our tokens, will they be in coinmarketcap.com? Very good question. And one more question, when we gonna have our external exchange? Well, the external exchange, according to our plans, is late September, close to the company's birthday. And as for CoinMarketCap, the rules there are as follows. If 2-3 years ago, they placed all the tokens without doing any checking or verification whether they have a blockchain behind them or something good behind them. Right now, they are being careful, and they publish information about the tokens 3 months later after they start being traded. So and you can go and see the statistics of 3 months trading. So as soon as we start with our external exchange, we will submit an application to the coin market cap. They will observe us for 3 months so that we do not disappear, because sometimes companies, might issue a token on the external exchange, and 1 month later the bubble bursts, nobody needs it, and there is zero trading on it, like $0 per day. Then those tokens will not be placed on coin market cap. So we will show statistics over 3 months period for UNTB, for CryptoUnits and USDU, and then we will be included in the coin market cap. But I think we're gonna have good statistics. I think we'll be surprised. We generated 2.5 million in May alone with peer-to-peer exchange. I think on the external exchange, the figures will be quite high. If after receiving the first UNTBs, we need a month, what's gonna happen over that first month when there is no when there are no UNTBs? Before the 1st of October, we will be able to stake our CRUs to receive CRUs before the start of UNTBs. And then you will be able to stake your CRUs to get UNTBs. If, as you recommend, we shouldn't sell our CRUs, will it cause the increase of the price of CRUs? Yes, of course. The fewer CRUs are in supply, the higher the price. The CRU and UTB prices will be different. Yes, of course. Yes, the CRU price depends on the asset, the portfolio value. Current value is 472 million, and then we're gonna have 400 million tokens in the market. Then you can do the math. It will cost one token will cost $1 because that's its current actual price. But UNTB will have the initial price of 1 cent, and then it will depend on the demand for the UNTB. The more users we have in our blockchain, the more demand there will be for UNTB, and the higher the price is going to be. If we take a look at the history of trading of EOS, when EOS last year or 2 years ago did the update of their blockchain, and the demand for their tokens soared, literally skyrocketed. They grew by 1,700% per day. But then the demand decreased because at the time of the launch of the blockchain, everyone wanted EOS tokens. And there were lots of people who opened their crypto wallets and bought EOS. And there were an incredible growth. And then the demand decreased, and it was gradual. But our UNTB token, we already planned a year ahead the issue of new tokens of our partnership projects. You gain, as I told you, and there will be security token shares for the gold production plant, data mining tokens. And there will be also for data mining a special application for storing files. It's like Oasis database, and they will have their own token. Every month when we issue new tokens, the demand for UNTB increases, and it will increase the price of the UNTB. When according to your expectations, we'll be able to withdraw CRUs to our bank cards. You cannot withdraw CRU points to your bank cards because CRUs are shares, digital shares. You cannot withdraw an Apple share to your bank card, right? You will be able to withdraw USDUs to your bank cards, our unit dollars, our stable coin. Can we buy UNTB without receiving them as a reward for staking, for example, through our back office together with the EIPs? No, you won't be able to buy UNTBs in the back office, only on the exchange or peer-to-peer exchange. How UNTB helps make money per second, in seconds? Well, UNTBs come to the world with every block of our blockchain. It's like a reward for mining, but it's a reward for staking though, because every block appears every half a second. Of course, you won't see accrual in your back office every second, every half a second, but every second you will see, if you refresh your page, you will see that the amount increased. That's why all the accruals will be per second based. I'm sorry, I have not fully understood why in the external exchange we need UNTBs. Could you please explain it again? Well, UNTBs are utility tokens that give you access to crypto wallet and to our blockchain. For example, I'll explain it to you what a technical token is. Utility token is, if you want to call your friend, your mother, and you need a phone, right? You won't be able to go outside and shout to the top of your voice if your mother lives in the nearby town. You will have to pick up the phone and call. And similarly, it is with our utility token. Utility token is access to blockchain or crypto wallet. Without it, you can't do anything, either with your crypto units or dividends, etc. It's like your phone to be able to call. That's what CryptoUnit, UNTB is needed for. When we will be able to exchange CRU points peer-to-peer? Well, when you have your crypto wallet, late September, close to the 1st of October. When we can consider that all 80 billion tokens are allocated, when there are no packages for sale and there is no staking. Well, staking will always be there on blockchain because the packages can be sold, but crypto units are held by people. The company itself plans to sell 70 billion crypto units and keep 10 billion to itself as a control package to control the situation. And crypto units will be held by users. They can stake them anytime. Nothing will stop. No, nothing will be stopped. Could you please tell us the internal exchange, will it stop operating when we go to the external exchange? So there will be only a short period of time when it's going to be operational? No, we will keep internal exchange. Again, because not all of our partners will be able to go to the blockchain and external exchange. Therefore, we're going to make this gradual transition for those who know and who are technically savvy, who know how to install the wallet, how to move to the blockchain to use their tokens. Those people, all of their CRU points in their back office will be zeroed. They will not disappear, they will be moved to a blockchain, to the blockchain. And for you to be able to new tokens in the external exchange, but you won't have those tokens in your back office anymore. But if you do not move to your wallet on the blockchain, you will be using your back office. And this transition period maybe will last for half a year, because we know that we have a lot of users who are senior citizens, you know, maybe did not know how to use the computers, etc. For some of them, it will be very difficult to move on to the blockchain right away, to the external exchange. That's why the transition is going to be gradual, maybe half a year transition, maybe even an entire year transition. It will all depend on statistics. Whereas now we can see 700,000 active registered accounts with CryptoUnits on their balances. When they move to blockchain, we will zero those accounts, and we will see how many people move to blockchain, how many tokens were moved to blockchain. We will launch the statistics on the 1st of October from Square One. And if we have 690,000 people on blockchain, then we will send to the remaining people like letters, like, look, the deadline for your transition from the back office to the blockchain is expiring. Where are you? Come on, take your tokens and move to blockchain, because there are accounts that are not verified, and non-verified accounts won't be able to receive access to the crypto wallet. It means that their tokens will always stay in the back office, and at some time they will never get access to those. It's like Bitcoins, you know. They have lots of people have lots of Bitcoins in their wallets, but they don't have access to their wallets. Maybe someone had their computers broken where the Bitcoins were mined. You know, a person threw out there was this man who threw out a computer to a dump site, but then he remembered that he had his Bitcoins in that on that dump site, and now he bought the entire dump site to find that computer. Now for several years he has been searching in the dump site for that computer. So, you know, if those people do not verify their accounts might get terminated, but hopefully not. Hopefully all 700,000 people will move to the blockchain, and then in 1 month we'll have to close down the entire internal exchange. But I'm sure that nobody's that won't be able to move all our active users to the external exchange. If I staked my CRUs, will I receive bonuses under the loyalty program? Receive. Yes, you shall. You will. And now we have more like a wish, not a question, to conduct a webinar on how to trade, because I know nothing about it. You know, in back office, you already have a training video on the trading. It's from 2014, I think. Nothing has changed since then. It's courses by Andrei Khavratov, Trading Fundamentals. But we now have some experts who trade well, like Harin maybe will conduct webinars on the maybe let's go to Harin and he will help us out. Can we exchange CRU to other crypto units? Because we're almost at the end of our questions. Yes, and the external exchange, there will be foreign currency pairs, CRU Bitcoins, Ethereum, USDT, etc. Can I exchange my CRU for USDU? Yes, of course. Can legal entities directly receive CRUs, or they will have to buy UNTBs? Legal entities will be able to directly buy CRUs. Security tokens, everything that goes through STO, it's about institutional investors mostly. and legal entities in the first place. Then in this case, should we conduct some kind of a promotion, advertising, so that we would attract their attention right away? Well, as soon as we receive registration with the Commission, Security Exchange Commission, and registration is published on their website, then there will be a link in the back offices, in the news, in the mailings that, look, our token has been registered. Then, of course, we'll prepare a landing or something. A white paper will be published somewhere closer to September. You will be able to advertise it, but do it carefully as well. If you're not a professional investment broker, you won't be able to directly advertise an investment instruments, investment products. Only professional investors can advise investment companies. We can recommend, like, look, there is this company, you can say, but you shouldn't be writing about it on Facebook, like calls to participate, because you're not professional brokers. You do not have the license for institutional activities, and you cannot directly advertise or call people to invest. Be careful here. We are undergoing the check, but please do not harm our company as partners. Do not do extra advertising because it may harm us. Be very careful about it. Do I understand correctly that the sale of released CRUs, unlocked CRUs, will be over at the end of this month? No. The sale is allowed only for unlocked CRUs, and locked CRUs can be only staked in future, and we can sell only released CRUs or unlocked CRUs. Are there any limitations on the minimum package of CRUs that I can place on staking, and the minimum period during which those CRUs should be staked? On blockchain, there are no limitations or restrictions, either in terms of the size of the package or the maturity period. Marina, and last question, could you please tell us real quick about the events that we should be awaiting for the next few months? What should we be waiting for? In September, we're waiting for the registration of our token on Securities Exchange Commission of the United States. Then our Swiss company, UGPay, we are waiting for the opening of the settlement account there to maintain our USDU token, stablecoin. We plan to do it in September as well. And UGPay submitted the documents to have a license for the payment system and investment activities. So this application is being revised by FINMA. It's a Swiss regulator, but take into account that we have lockdown and the pandemic, etc., all the deadlines have been pushed back. And a year ago, similar documents took 2 weeks to consider. Now it takes more because there are few employees working. Maybe in September, October, we're gonna receive the license for the investment activities, and then we will submit the application to receive the license for the payment activities. Also, we'll have the external exchange launched, and we will have our tokens on the external exchange. And after the launch of the external exchange, 3 months later, we'll be in the coin market cap. Also, we plan to have a huge information activity, publications in different media resources, etc. After the birthday of the company, we're gonna have an online event. It's like a company report on the work performed. I think it will be the 4th or 5th October, and then we'll have the development company development plans for the future years. And after we have our tokens listed on the external exchange and all the wallets are transferred to use the UNTB staking, in mid-October, we're gonna have a digital summit, also online conference, where we're going to invite these blockchain specialists, and possibly someone from the Binance exchange will be invited as well as a speaker. Forklog, it's a cryptocurrency observer website, maybe other media resources for those people to first tell us about the news, everything related to the world of cryptocurrencies. And second of all, for them to learn about our token. It will be like an advertising promotion event, digital summit. And in December, January, February, every month, we're gonna have new tokens issued on our blockchain. And what's great about it is that we're developing this external exchange. And as soon as a token appears, if it's a security token and it's locked for 365 days, then you won't be able to trade it in the exchange. But if it's a utility token, as soon as it appears on our blockchain, it will be traded on our exchange easily. You can ensure the liquidity of that token very easily. It's in the exchange, right? And everything that, as for the exchange related work in future years, we will have a credit leverage. It's like trading with leverage, you know, issue of futures. So those locked CRUs through the Security Exchange Committee, it's a lot of work. We will receive a permit for the issue of futures. You can pledge your CRUs as collateral, although they will be unlocked in 3 or 1 year. You can already issue futures. It's like oil futures, oil that has not been produced yet. It still might be in the earth, but you already can issue futures for the oil that has not yet been produced. And we will develop something like that for our exchange as well. It will also be an exchange for trading STO, security, utility tokens. And the roadmap for our development and everything that relates to blockchain technologies will be issued by the company's birthday as well, I think, like a roadmap for several years ahead. So this is a brief overview of what's in store for us. Lots of interesting things are in store for us. Friends, I need to really go now and have a call with our programmers. We have a call at 2 p.m. for internal exchange, for the status report, etc. I think we did answer most of your questions. And see you later on our next webinar.
Thanks a
I'm
lot,
switching off.
Maria. Yeah, you have explained very well. I hope everyone understood how you will do in the internal exchange and what will happen after the external exchange comes. And I hope everyone understood what is UNTD and what is USDU. And so many questions has been arise. I hope all the leaders, all the partners of us has understood very nicely. And thank you so much once again, Maria. You have done very nicely today. Thank you all. Bye-bye.